Hi Taurus, this is Mary Ellen, coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your August 2017 Soul Tarot reading. I'm doing a little something different this month. I expect to be back to my typical routine for September. This month there's some very deep, beautiful energy coming through. And so I've been guided by Spirit to do my best to try to share that with others. So I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm not sure if we're going to need to split your video into two, but depending on length, I will. Just for those who don't want to participate in what might be a little bit of a meditation, etc. So, for those of you that are new, welcome. It's really wonderful for me to be meeting all the people that are showing up here, and it just feeds me, so I really appreciate. I'm just so grateful for everyone that's here. So for new folks, welcome, and for those who are returning, hi. It's great to have you back, and I love the messages and all the communication, so keep it coming. So let's see, a little bit of housekeeping first. There's a little video on the August playlist about some news and announcements, and I'm trying that out in order to try to keep that stuff off the monthly video, so go check it out. It has all the information you need about how to get a reading, where to find things on the channel. The Spirit's telling me to just let you know, if you scroll down and click on the show more button below the video, all the information you need is there. I'm going to be doing some travel. I will be doing some readings while I am traveling. So if you happen to be in the region I'm going to and you want a reading, I would love to meet with you. It's very fun and very exciting for me. So go check out that little video. And Spirit says, let's get into it. So I'm going to shuffle while I channel messages from Spirit that are coming through. And then I will widen out the camera angle, and we'll put the cards down and begin. Okay, so Spirit's asking you to just center yourself a little bit. Whew, I'm going to do the same. There's been so much energy coming through. I'm wondering how you guys are doing, guys and girls. How are you? Spirit says. It's been an incredible journey, one of beauty and honor, according to Spirit. And still a lot of energy coming through. But a distinct change has happened over the last 24 hours, Spirit says. At least in my little Spirit portal from which these readings are coming out into the Ethernet, Spirit says. So, Taurus, one of the things that has been on my mind, I tried to do your reading yesterday, and the energies just wasn't letting me proceed. And, you know, I pulled up the reading from last month, and just to sort of see. And, and I thought, oh, of course, perfect. You've been on an amazing journey, first of all, Spirit's saying. And there was this notion last month of retreat and wholeness and coming into yourself. So some of the little friends that I have, sometimes here on my desk with me, have asked to be here for this reading, and you know, the energetic way that kind of stuff happens. So Spirit says, this is the message this month. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? The whole thing looks like mother of pearl. I'm going to try to scroll in a little more. I'm not sure I can do that successfully, but I'll give it a try. We'll see if the camera will adjust. No. Okay, so actually Spirit's saying, that's the message right there. Things coming into clarity. And certainly that's what we were talking about last month. You had a particular kind of process last month that was really beautiful. If you haven't seen that reading, go check it out. I'm sorry, I'm trying to reference the reading on my phone so I can talk about it adequately. I do so many readings, I can't possibly keep all this in my head, and I wanted to make sure I was being, referencing not just from memory. So, Spirit says, coming to the heart of the matter, coming through the sacred spiral of life and change and rebirth here on this planet, while you're walking through your day-to-day life with, Spirit says, as such a powerful force. As a Taurus, you are a force to be reckoned with. Spirit says in every way. And those of us, I'm a Virgo with Aries rising. So those of us that have that type of energy in our charts in some place, it's important to understand all the aspects. And Spirit's telling me that there is some part of you that has not been fully revealed, fully accessed, fully acknowledged by the external world and perhaps even by yourself. And there's a notion coming through about how much love and care is needed by the power holders and the strong, and that even the strong are not strong every day, and they need some tenderness. So last month, you were taking this incredible journey, being liberated. Spirit says you're being liberated into the softer side of your nature in order to support the power that you have. Isn't that interesting? So that it can come to its true center. That's why that wanted to be here. All right. So that it can come to its true center. Let me turn that and see if I can. All right, which way? There we go. Sorry. Gee whiz. Me and the camera. Spirit's laughing at me, of course, and talking to me about. Spirit's laughing, saying, yeah, that's exactly it. As you shift and move and change and try to find the center, which is what I'm doing. So an illustration about the challenge of that at times. And yet the constant turning of the wheel in order to find it, be with it, live in it. I don't know why Spirit wants me to move this. I'm trying to do it, but I'm not used to, there. Okay. And one more thing. Spirit says one more thing. There. Okay. So, amethyst crystal is about healing. There is something really beautiful about this mother of pearl shell. It's just gorgeous. I found it on a beach. Of course, the Spirit's not still laughing at me. So, that's what we're going to be talking about. Last month, right in the center of your reading, you were being liberated. The death card was there. The beautiful, sacred Sheila Nagi, found all over Ireland. A topic of much scholarly and spiritual debate. Found on, most predominantly, I believe, according to the research I've done, on churches, on a south-facing wall, facing the sun. Isn't that interesting? The place from which life arrives, the portal through which a soul incarnates onto this planet. And then at the very top, the spiritual message on the top of the reading had to do with standing in a moment just before being prepared and having become ready to stand in a moment just before you take up the sacred sword of victory. And on the human walk, the very first card was the card of the initiate. It was a very astounding journey. And, a lot of folks have been through that in the last couple of months. clearly the message from Spirit is one of being liberated into these moments in your life. In order to fully emerge. So Spirit's telling me that the thoughts about emergence, there's something about you're feeling them inside of you. You are feeling this emergence. And you know, next to the dedicator of lore, the sacred initiate, was the beautiful sacred shaman. And standing next to her, the perfecter of energy. So you have started on this journey. You've come to this moment, is what Spirit is saying. Standing in front of the sacred sword of victory, ready to put your hands on it. Through this initiation journey. Mystical, sacred, shamanistic energy. In order to perfect your energy through the cycles of the seasons over the next year or so. Because through this balancing, your ability to go deep. Spirit says your ability to go deep in a place where you are not perhaps entirely comfortable yet is coming to the surface. Isn't that interesting? Your ability to go deep is coming to the surface of your being. And last month, the last card on the Spirit line had everything to do with how you find your power. Isn't it interesting? Thinking about this in retrospect, you know? So, what happens when you step into your power, fully vested, according to Spirit, with all of its facets? So that's what the reading's going to be about, okay? So this is now going on 12 minutes. I think what I am going to do is split the video in two. So Spirit's suggesting that while I finish the shuffle, take some time, breathe deep, relax in your chair if you'd like to follow along, and just have a little quiet time, a little meditation with the cards. And Spirit says, focus on the notion of shuffling and change and reweaving and reworking that which you are for the purpose of serving yourself so that you can serve your spiritual destiny. So I'm going to just widen out the camera lens and so you can see the shuffle, okay? And then we'll put the cards down. I'll break the video in half and we'll go forward and do the reading. And thanks for being here with me. You know, it's fun. It's fun to do these things that feel a little bit interactive. That's why I'm going to start doing the live streaming. I'm going to post a video about that because I don't want to distract from the energy. Alright, so I'm just going to move this off a little bit so I don't bump it. Okay. It's very quiet here today, Taurus. The little birds are chirping out in the meadow. So back to the notion of shuffling and reweaving. Spirit says restringing your instrument. And that's interesting. Yesterday, there are two things that are coming through really strongly. One is the nature of impermanence. So I finished up the Aries readings over the last 24 hours, and the energy was very, very deep. And I started off with, the reading started off with Leo. And the energy just began because some spirit creatures started showing up in the meadow. You know, I'm fairly confident that a bull will not be showing up in my meadow. For you folks, it's possible, but I doubt it. But what Spirit's talking about with me yesterday, when I finally sort of let go and allowed the energy to just reshuffle itself, clear the space, because the energy had gotten so intense. Like sitar music, which is where we started with what happened when the Virgo reading came along. You know, so I studied Nada Yoga for a while, and it's the principle of meditation with sound vibration. And so the music starts out very slowly, just to get our attention off of our thoughts and to start to tune our vessel, Spirit says, and then it gets more and more and more and more and more intense, and suddenly it stops, and you're left with the silence, and that silence is so deep, and that's what's been happening here. And Spirit's telling me that's the experience you've been having on some level in your life. And so when it came time to do your reading, I had to do a thorough, it's really interesting. A Taurus friend of mine was coming to visit yesterday. What's today? Today's Saturday. So Friday, a Taurus friend of mine was coming, and I felt the need to just clear the energy in the house and clean the house. And so I went on this interesting little cleaning frenzy and putting myself in order. That's how it felt. In order to accept a guest into my realm. And Spirit says that's the process you've been on. And so I had to, you know, this often happens for me. I got the gift of experiencing your energy in a certain way, or at least, you know, through the topic of this month's reading. And while all that was going on, I was pondering the nature of impermanence. And so I've been thinking about that for the last couple of days. I had been doing some, offering some videos of meditation focused on what's happening out in the meadow in front of my house. So while I was sitting here yesterday in one of my attempts to do the reading, I have a nice neighbor who comes and mows my field down once a year. And, oh, there, look at that, there we go. So he showed up with this tractor, and I was intending, there's some more, I was intending to, this is going to be interesting, Taurus, I was intending to do the reading and do a meditation out in the field, etc. And along came the tractor and mowed it all down. All the flowers are gone. While I was sitting here thinking about the nature of impermanence and the mandalas that are made by the Buddhist monks, and painstakingly they make this beautiful work of art. And then when it's done, they bless it and they say some prayers, and it's gone. And that's the energy that I'm feeling. And I think because you have been on this particular journey, being liberated, there's something that is passing off. So the cards will tell us, no doubt. And I'd be eager to hear, as always, from you. Make some comments on the thread about that topic and how it feels and what's happening. So last month, the Death card, right in the center, in the place where your human energy resides, says Spirit. Okay? So, let's go for it. Let's put these cards down. I think this goes here, that goes there, and that goes right there. I love the way this is coming. You know, I tried my best to go with the flow. Let me widen this out a little more, see if I can. I guess that's it. Alright, that's what's in the middle. Spirit wanted, I guess, us to see that right off the bat. Okay. So I'm going to cut the video at this point, and I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll do the card reading. All right? So thanks, everyone, for your patience and for listening to me go on. I hope that was making sense. And I'll do my best to bring clarity. Thanks.